In the last episode, we made it to Ushuaia, Argentina, the end of the road south before we begin the long ride north to Alaska. In this episode, we tackled the trails of Tierra del Fuego, crossing over into the Chilean side. From Patagonia's wild weather,
it is hailing again,
to a few mechanical challenges and some unexpected surprises, this ride is anything but predictable.
That is something I've never seen before. It's coming up to 9 o'clock, around 9. We are setting out and leaving Ushuaia after a few days here. It's been really nice actually. Really enjoyed our little stay here.
Hopefully the weather is just like it is right now. The weather's so beautiful, and just look how pretty the city is. It's so nice, the city, how I don't know if you can see in my camera, but they've chopped just enough trees for the houses. And it's just this outline of where the houses end and the trees begin. They haven't gone overboard on the deforestation, which is quite refreshing. See all the cruise liners over there ready to go to Antarctica. This is a bit of a hub, Ushuaia, for the cruises to Antarctica. It's just crazy how many there are. Not a cheap trip. You're looking at, I think it's about $8,000 to $10,000 US.
First thing we need to do is load up with some fuel. That's not something you see every day at the petrol pump. There's a lady there with a chicken in her bag. A live chicken that she's carrying around with her while she's zipping around on her moped.
100% has a chicken in her bag.
I'm not really sure how I feel about that chicken.
It's just talking about the chicken in the bag. I mean, the chicken didn't seem distressed.
I don't think it's got a choice. It's squished into that little bag. It can't move.
She was patting it like a cat. But where's she taking a chicken?
After a rather bizarre run-in with the chicken lady, we left Ushuaia on Route 3 and took a scenic detour to Puerto Almanza, a small fishing village where you can see the Chilean coastline from just across the water. Ready to get back on the main road, something in the distance caught our attention. We actually couldn't believe what we were seeing.
I'm here now and I've spotted this, and that is a whale carcass.
What the hell?
Wow.
Wow. That doesn't even look real.
That is something I've never seen before. That's quite incredible to see. Not sure what happened to that whale, but his insides are spilling out and he's blown up from the front. I'd say that's just from him decomposing, but not sure why his insides are hanging out. It's quite amazing to see though. This was quite an incredible little find. We were just riding up the road there and I spotted it from the side. I was like, is that a whale? And yeah, whale carcass on the beach. not something you see every day. It's quite incredible. Quite fascinating to see. Okay, time to leave this guy behind. Leave him rest in peace.
I know it's a weird place to stop, but I just want to see it. It's really fascinating.
It definitely is.
Can't believe we saw it.
I know it's a little bit morbid, but at the same time it's interesting.
Oh, it's really fascinating.
I think we're going to need to pull in fairly quickly and take these cameras off because it's starting to rain quite heavy. I'm pulling in.
Okay.
Are you going to get your rain jacket on?
Yeah.
This is when Hayley starts wishing she had a Gore-Tex jacket. This is how we warm up. Just before we have some sandwiches. This is how Hayley eats, so she doesn't have to take her helmet off and get cold.
Works though, doesn't it?
Does it work?
It's kind of choking me a bit.
Maybe it's not working that well.
Well, the food's going in.
It's not warm.
What's that little dance you've got going on?
It's my little warm-up jig I've got going on. So we just turned it off Route 3 now, and we found this smaller road that'll take us inland through Tierra del Fuego and then back up to Rio Grande. It's so we're not staying on the same main road that we drove down on. We did just have a near miss as we were pulling into this road off the main road. We were slowing down and indicating ready to turn left, and someone in a 4x4 just came flying past the outside of us. What are you doing, man? He could have killed us, son. I was just about to turn. There was no way he was slowing down as he came round us. I was just about to turn and I thought I'd double check and I'll see just to make sure that there isn't a car coming past me, and I saw him in my mirror and just decided not to turn. If I hadn't have made that little check over my left hand shoulder and I'd have turned out left, that car would have come straight into me. It takes you a little bit of time to calm down from something like that. Well, I don't know if you can see from the tracks down there and coming from where Hayley is, that's where I started. I came around the top of that hill, and then because it's recently been raining and started to dry, this is all like sticky, claggy mud, and yeah, I just started to lose control, but I've ended up in the gutter. You can see my feet marks. I thought I was going down. I was all over the place. Get out of this gutter now. It's very muddy. Whew, back on the road. That was a nice little detour for a few hours anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was lovely. It was nice. Worked out well, actually. I thought I was really sort of dreading it because it was that much longer in terms of the time, but it actually blocked all of that horrible wind, which was making us both really, really cold.
Yeah.
And now we're here and we end up having a really nice ride.
Something that you don't pick up through this, watching it on camera, is the smell. We've just rolled back into Rio Grande and it smells like rotten seaweed, but it's really, really strong. We noticed it when we were here last time, a few days ago. It stinks. This place stinks. Might be that fish actually. We are back. Fin del Mundo Motorcycle Hostel. It feels good to come back here. We knew what we were getting. You know you can set out for a ride for the day and turn up and you don't have to worry about where you're staying. You know you can get some food here. You know you can ride for longer without having to worry about sorting things out later on. It's good. Happy to be back. Happy to be back? It's our friend. Our friend Tito.
Matt.
How are you?
Matt y ahora
Hayley.
¿Cómo era?
Hayley.
Katie.
Hayley, yeah.
Me acordaba.
Matt, you got me right. We'll come in. Thank you.
Good morning. So it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. We've just had breakfast. The bikes are packed, ready to go, ready for a really big day ahead.
So we are riding out from Rio Grande and we're hopefully going to get to Porvenir. We're going on a smaller road. I think it's labelled on the Google Maps as Route B. And we're going to do a remote border crossing back into Chile. The crossing is Paso Bella Vista. Mm-hmm. And we have found out there's no fuel en route either. We've got about 320 k's to do. We should be okay as long as there's no wind and we don't get caught out. So we're gonna fuel up, make sure everything's loaded and get going.
It's taking Hayley a little bit of time to get, she's got all of her layers on today, so it's a bit tighter up top than usual. Adios, Tito.
Mucho suerte, que vaya bien. Good luck.
Thank you. Gracias. Adios. We've just left the motorcycle hostel and it just shows that when you travel, it's the experiences you gain with people you meet along the way. It heightens your journey. It makes it what it is. I really love that part of it.
Taking the less travelled route to Punta Arenas. We saw a guy this morning in the hostel and he's heading there today, and I think it's only taking him like a few hours because he's taking the main roads. whilst we are taking a route that's very remote, I think we'll have some good scenery. Although the weather is a bit grim, I think it'll be a lot more fun. That's the reason why we did it. It's just that that road that guy's going to be traveling to get to Puerto Arenas is very windy, and B, it is a bit boring. So it is nice to do these little roads, but I say this now, we've just started. Hopefully no one slips on this really slimy mud.
These roads, once they've had a bit of rain, you can see that they just turn slightly muddy on top. There's a layer which is really slippy on top. You just got to be really careful. Whoa. Wow.
I saw that.
Yeah. I was starting to get out of shape then.
Yeah.
Just got off the bike and realised that my front forks are leaking a bit of oil. I'm going to get the little fork doctor tool and give them a clean and just try and clean up in these seals. If there's any grit or dirt in there, I'm just going to try and get it out. See if I can stop the leak. I'll just get this little fork doctor out of there. Hopefully I haven't lost too much oil, and hopefully I can clean it, and it's just it's not wrecked the seal, and it's just something that's making it leak a little. So you go like that. See, you get a little bit of grit and dirt that comes out, and then oil that's coming out of here. Hopefully that helps it a bit. I'll check on those fork seals a little bit later on. We might be, hopefully they last till Santiago. We might be getting a little bit of work done to the bikes up there once we get back there in a few thousand Ks.
The goal today is to get to a place called Porvenir, which is where we will get the ferry from Porvenir to Puerto Arenas. Because we're taking a road less travelled, this ferry isn't particularly busy. You're talking maybe 1 or 2 ferries a day. We would have missed the ferry for today. It goes at 2 p.m. and it's already 11, and we've got about 300 Ks left or something. If we make it in good time today, we'll try and get to the ticket office and try and purchase the ticket for the ferry. Oh, it's Guanaco. Hopefully he doesn't cross when we just are crossing the road. Oh, he's jumping. Whee! That's so cute.
This unpaved stretch from Rio Grande to the Chilean border was unlike anything we'd seen on the island. Guanacos were everywhere, wandering freely across the open landscape, and often right on the road, making this 85-kilometre stretch a surprisingly enjoyable ride. When we reached the border, it was by far the quietest one yet, no one around except a few border staff. This process was smooth sailing for us. But unfortunately, the next leg of our journey wouldn't be so easy.
The wind's picked up on us and it's dropped about 4 degrees in the last couple of minutes. And we're riding into the weather, into the rain, I think. So we're going to try and be a little bit smart about it and we're going to pull up in these trees, take an early lunch, get a little bit of shelter, and hopefully, because the wind's coming across us, hopefully it blows over. So you can see how cold Hayley is. She's not even taking her gloves off or opening her visor. How are you going to eat your lunch?
I don't know.
Is that your little knife?
Yeah.
Your little stick you found on the floor?
It's quite good. Doing the job. I'm struggling to breathe.
Beautiful.
Was that nice?
It's really good. Hard times. One extra tortilla.
You have it. You're a growing boy.
We'll half it. I'm a growing boy, but you seem to eat more than me, Hayley.
There's no evidence of that on camera. And you laughed at me for eating like this.
But it's a good idea. We did that pretty well. It just started spitting when we got here with rain, and pretty much stopped straight away. The clouds blew over. Now we've got some blue sky and some sun. And we did well because the rain is just blown over us over there. And now we've got some blue sky again, which is good. It's bloody cold though.
It is mighty cold. Matt just told me that it's 6 degrees Celsius, which I think is the coldest yet on this trip. It makes me kind of sad. We've got a few hours to go.
I have never known a place that is as windy as this. It's as if we've been in a wind tunnel all day. I've just stopped to go for a pee, and the wind is so strong that Hayley's having to hold on to my bike so it doesn't blow over. Looks like we're taking another ride into some bad weather.
We're in a proper hailstorm. I can't move it.
Hail in this wind. They're like little bullets hitting you, like little ball bearings. We made it to Porvenir.
So cold. So cold.
My hands are numb. All my fingers are numb. We pulled into this building. Hayley thinks it's the ticket office for the ferry. Not that we're going to get one today, but we just wanted to come straight here and try and organise our tickets for tomorrow's ferry.
Oh God. Oh my God, my legs. My legs are so numb.
Today absolutely killed me, and it killed Matt too. Long day. I think we were riding for about 10 hours. So we're gonna go and catch some sleep, and because we have an early start. So yeah, good night. It's
just before 7 in the morning. We've had an early start. We're heading to the ferry to take us over to Punta Arenas. We were up at 5, had some breakfast, loaded the bikes. Might be a little bit choppy out there for the crossing. We've not actually got tickets because when we arrived last night the ticket office was shut. So we're hoping we can just turn up at the ferry and buy one there. Otherwise it's an early start for nothing. We've both woken up today really cold. I've woken up shivering. After yesterday, the wind just, you know, when it gets into your bones and then you just wake up the next day cold even though you're in bed wrapped up, shivering still. So I'm struggling to get warm this morning, which is not ideal. Hayley's doing well though. She's soldiering on. It's a beautiful little ride this morning, isn't it, Hayley?
I know. Oh, you can feel the chill though.
Definitely.
But it's beautiful. You can see the sun coming up over there. It's going to be a really nice view from the ferry if we get the ferry.
Ah, yes, yeah. Gracias. Where are you, Hayley?
I'm here, I'm behind you.
Alright.
Just done a bit of a loop-de-loop situation.
He just said, basically, queue up and get a ticket in line. Hola, buenos días. Yo necesito dos boletos, por favor. In the office. Yeah, park there. Oh, yeah. Thank you, gracias. Pull in on the right hand side of me, Hayley. Right, who's going in?
I can.
Yeah?
Just tell me where.
He said it's there, it's the ticket office.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Did you like my Spanish?
Are you very good, darling?
All good, Hayley?
Yep.
This is slippy as, Hayley.
Yeah.
So be careful.
Keep my feet out.
Yeah. Yeah. So be careful when you're turning. Gracias. Ah. He wants us facing out.
Okay.
So you go over a little lump now. Beautiful.
Am I going to hit my head?
We need to tie your bike down to something.
Yeah.
Well, first mission accomplished today, Hayley. We got on the ferry.
Yay.
Exiting the world's slippiest ship. This floor is like an ice rink. I'm just dragging my feet along it. Ooh, and we're off. I think we found somewhere to stay. Found a hostel. Sorry for my depleted attitude. I feel very rough. That was the worst boat ride I've ever been on. It wasn't that rough, it was a bit rough, but I am feeling I've got a chill after yesterday's ride, and it's like it's gone to my bones. I'm freezing, I can't get warm. I spent the whole ferry ride wearing gloves and a hat and curled up concentrating on the horizon. That was not enjoyable. So I am getting to this hostel. It is 10:30 in the morning and I'm going to try and go to bed.
So we're in Punta Arenas. We haven't really made too much video content today. We both feel, especially Matt, feel absolutely pooped. Matt, I think, was close to throwing up. I think he's caught a cold and the flu from yesterday's ride, and I'm nearly there, so I've just gone out to get some medicine and left him in bed and get some food, trying to keep it healthy, but all we want is stodgy goodness like pasta and stuff like that, so I'm going to try and find something that meets halfway. Yeah, I'm not going to be out for too long. I'm feeling, well,